Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderwoman Howard,
Present.
Alderman Arnowitz, Alderwoman Green, Alderman Todd,
Present.
Chair Lady Tyus.
Present.
3 present, you have quorum.
Okay. First order of business is, excused Alderman. I didn't hear from Arnowitz, so I don't know if he's coming. He said he was coming, but, Alderwoman Green asked to be excused. Okay,
I'm surprised he's not here. I thought I heard him, but.
right, so we'll see. That's why we're not gonna do anything on him, but we will excuse him if, he doesn't come, because we know he comes to meetings. Next, we have approval of the minutes, the meetings of Wednesday, January 8th, 2020. I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes of January 8th, 2020.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
A second. Previous
from
roll.
January
We cannot have previous
2020.
roll. We have to have a roll call.
Okay.
So you can learn, because this is how you learn. Whenever you have a roll call for presence or people that attending the meeting, that cannot be used as previous roll. Once you've done another roll call, then you can, okay? All right, so this is how we learn. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Alderwoman Howard,
Yeah, aye.
Alderman Arnowitz, Alderwoman Green, Alderman Todd,
Aye.
Chairwoman Tyus.
Aye.
3 aye votes.
By your vote, we knew.
There he is.
By your vote, you've approved the minutes of January 8th, 2020. Were you here?
Morning.
Good morning.
Good
Were
morning,
you
good
here?
morning, good morning.
Did you just get here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
'Cause
I
went
got
back and
tied up on the
looked.
highway.
That's what happened to me.
I'm glad they cut you loose.
I had to maneuver my way around.
Okay, that was a good one. Alderman from the 14th gets 5 points. Early in the morning, she's got gifts. This is a great committee. And Larry didn't even laugh, okay? He didn't even get it.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, we're gonna get started. Our first item is Board Bill number 63, introduced by Alderwoman Christine Ingrassia. It's an ordinance approving a redevelopment plan for 2612 Ann Avenue. That coffee smells so good. I'm gonna start drinking coffee when I get to be 100. So the attachments are not highlighted. On page 209, I see attachment B, it needs to be highlighted. Okay, attachment A, 2 of 9, line 2. Line 2, attachment A needs to be highlighted. 2 of 9, line 14, attachment B should be highlighted.
And then on page 3, line 23.
Yes. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So that is the legal description. this says B, projected area plan, existing use and conditions, okay, that's B. C is proposed land use. D, projected area plans, okay. F, blighting report. Oh, they're doing such much better. Such good work. A fiscal note. Oh, on page 1 of 9, line 6 and line 9 also need to be highlighted. Yes, ma'am.
Amina Wright with St. Louis Development. I'm simply making notes on all the edits that you all have.
Oh, that's fine, okay, yes, ma'am, and so we tell our clerk, it's more just for us, but that will be fine, because if we go through it looking for errors or looking for attachments, if it's highlighted when it says attachment A, it's easier than, trying to find where it says it, so that just helps us, so,
And you mean in the bold font?
yes,
Okay.
In the bold font.
Right,
for,
exactly.
Like exhibits or
Right.
attachments.
yes, right,
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
no problem. That's good. We had Dale and, Mr. Wilson over a few months ago, and they
Yeah.
were amazed how many mistakes they encountered,
So
okay?
Bill suggested I come in this time to see if there was anything we still need to pick up.
All righty, thank you, I appreciate it. Okay. So you're lucky we have a former teacher principal on the committee, so she's real, got good eyes. Every member of the committee had a chance to go through all the sections. has everyone had time to go through the Board
Yes,
Bill
ma'am.
63? If so, then I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 63 out with the requirements that the attachments and exhibits be highlighted
I
with a do-pass recommendation.
make a recommendation, so moved.
Second.
Now it's your previous roll.
Previous roll.
Oh, well,
Objection.
objection. That's exactly right, okay. So that's why it works, because he wasn't on, so just, the reason he objected is because he wasn't on the previous roll. So whenever you're not on it, you have to object. That way, you get on it, and then we can roll with previous roll. Okay, Madam Clerk, there's been objection to previous roll, please call the roll.
Alderwoman Howard,
Aye.
Alderman Arnowitz,
Aye.
Alderwoman Green, Alderman Todd,
Aye.
Chairwoman Tyus,
Aye.
4 aye votes.
By your vote, you've passed Board Bill 63 out with a do-pass recommendation. Next Board Bill is 87, introduced by Alderman Bret Narayan. It's a ordinance approving blighting study and redevelopment plan for 7202 and 7220 Arsenal. This one starts out with, so I have, Ms. Wright, is that your last name?
Yes.
I have a question, so does the same people do these? Because these have attachment A and B highlighted.
They do, depending on when we did them, will
Okay.
vary. So
All
some
right.
of the bills are older than others.
Okay, that, let me see what the dates, this date was June 7th, this one's July the 3rd, okay? So you have learned some things in a few weeks. Okay, because this one is all highlighted. Attachment A says legal description, and there is no, come in, Representative.
I don't wanna go,
Okay.
but I will, if you tell me.
Oh, you're welcome to come into our committee meetings. Have a seat, you can't sit there, that's the hot seat. You're welcome to sit here. I have a question, Ms. Wright. So on the last page of Board Bill 87, it says there's an attachment A, a legal description, but it's a blank page. We don't do blank pages. So, is everyone's feel like that?
Oh, this is what now?
Board Bill 87,
The last page is
Right.
blank?
mine is. So maybe it was a,
This is my last page.
you don't have a legal description?
Well, I think there might be one in there, but it's not there.
It's attached to the board
I
minutes.
got Exhibit A as my legal description.
And is there any, oh, mine doesn't have anything on it, that's, okay, let's see here, so maybe it's a couple in here someplace, I didn't see.
This is Brent Narayan's, right?
Yes, that's exactly right, see, here's my exhibit.
Yeah, this is Exhibit A.
Is that true?
That's
The
the,
legal description, yeah.
that's the legal description, that's it right there?
Yeah.
It's a small, let me see yours,
It's the same thing.
Do you, is that your last page?
yes.
Oh,
And I'm thinking they probably gave, this should be my stack, I'm thinking.
No, this is the stack that we, so what I'm doing to make sure we don't have to do mistakes, whatever we perfect is what we're
Okay,
supposed to
that's
have
what
in
you
here.
brought in.
So this is what I brought in, what we, I'm gonna always bring in what's on my
Okay.
desk, okay? Cause that way, if there's a difference in what you all have brought to me, I will know it, okay?
These are the ones that were presented in the board,
This stack that I have.
came from,
Right,
the floor.
yours is what they made and printed out, so if ours is different, that's when we need to reconcile that,
Okay.
because there's something going on here, okay?
Well, I know some of them, if the attachments are really, really big,
Mm-hmm,
we do not put in the perfection package.
okay,
So
And
that's what
okay. So, no, I have two, no, what it is, I just have two,
okay.
okay?
okay.
But even if it, I still wanna know what's different, okay?
Mhm.
And if it's not in the perfection packet, I'm gonna need something that's given to me, so I will know that it's not in the perfection
Okay.
packet. Because otherwise, I'm gonna be asking questions, cause we don't wanna have like what we had with Alderman Muhammad's thing, where he come in and says, this is not even the one I perfected. So I know that if I bring this one in, I keep it and when I take it off of my desk, and then I bring it in,
Mhm.
okay. All right, we just had, a second attachment A on this one,
So that one's fine.
that's fine.
Okay.
And none of yours have the back page that says attachment A? Okay. Has the committee had time to peruse the board bill?
Mm-hmm, yes, ma'am.
I think Alderman Todd is still,
I'm fine.
okay. If so, I'd entertain a motion to pass the board bill 87 out with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second,
Previous roll.
Had a motion, a second, and a call for previous roll. Any objection to previous roll? Hearing none, board bill 87 is passed out with a due pass recommendation. The next board bill, is board bill 88. Which is, I do not have in my thing up there what we perfected. Did we perfect 49, 165?
Committee secretary as amended.
Are we, I don't have this in my list of things. I found it, here it is, it was in, you don't have to, this wasn't in order, okay?
And you don't have any attachments.
Okay, does this have a lot of attachments?
It has changed.
Okay.
Ordinances.
Okay. Board Bill 88 Committee Substitute is introduced by Alderwoman Sarah Martin, President Louis Reed, Alderwoman Annie Rice, Alderman Larry Arnowitz, Alderwoman Pamela Boyd, Alderwoman Beth Murphy, Alderwoman Carol Howard, Alderman Bret Narayan, Alderwoman Cara Spencer, Alderwoman Christine Ingrassia, Alderman Jeffrey Boyd, Alderman Joseph Vaccaro, and Alderman John Carter. John Carter, ooh, I call him Jack so much, I'm like, who is that? Okay, an ordinance to repeal ordinance 69427 and pertaining to city public works contract, so we need that ordinance. Pertaining also to tax increment financing projects in St. Louis bonded projects, workforce diversity and establishing apprenticeship training, construction workforce, and a community jobs board. In lieu thereof, establishing a new ordinance pertaining to the same and containing a severability clause and effective date. This is going to go to the bottom because we need ordinance 6.
They're on ours.
They're on yours?
Yes, ma'am. Ordinance 76927 and 70767 are both attached.
Okay, they weren't attached to mine. Okay, which ordinance is 69?
427 and 70767.
Okay, here I have the extra one right here.
Chair? I have a concern, I don't know. If you've got,
Alderwoman, go ahead.
may I read it? On page 6, line 9,
Yep,
that's lined out, and I would assume at this point, we didn't want to include what's been lined out on the bill.
I don't know, cause
And
mine
I'm
doesn't, yours
confused.
shows a line,
Page 6 of 10, line 9 and 10.
now mine does not show a line.
Yeah,
Mine doesn't either.
mine does.
So,
I guess they run out of ink.
I have a blank in line 9,
Okay, how does yours read on section 3 then?
okay,
That's the
starting-
one we passed, that you have in front of you.
Yeah, I have the one we passed, right, okay, so, page 6 of 10, right?
Yes.
Page 6 of 10.
Okay, well, I don't, that's not section 3 for me, this is section 1, page 6 of 10. I mean, it's, if it is section, this is all the end of section 1.
Section 2,
It's right above section 2.
and then it goes to section 3.
No, on mine, 6 of 10, so we need to start, okay? Let's start here from the front page. Okay, so the first paragraph is an ordinance. This begins with an ordinance and ends with effective date clause. Is that what your first paragraph?
Yeah,
page 1?
clause and effective date.
Right.
Line 7.
Right.
Okay.
Line 8, I have a big gap.
Oh, well, on mine, it says be ordained by the city of St. Louis as
Okay.
follows.
All right, so,
Okay,
and then line 10, I have a big gap, so, okay, that's why I told you, I am working with the one that we actually perfected, so if they cleaned up something, that's fine. Okay, since section 1 starts with section 2 of ordinance 69427, is that correct? Is that what you're
Uh-huh.
saying? And then, it goes through to, section 1 goes all the way over to a couple of pages, cause it's just the definitions. And it ends with user department shall mean the department that develops the requisition for the city of St. Louis
yeah, and that ends on page 6
of
of
10,
10.
right.
On line, the last user department is lines 3 and 4.
Okay, and so yours is up a little different than mine, cause mine had
Because
some,
you-
they got rid of the,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. So then section 2,
And that's in bold, right?
yes.
Okay,
So in section 2, that's fine, and then section 3, what they're doing is showing that they are taking out for which the design team estimated base value of the contract is $1 million.
more.
Okay. Is that what you have?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, but I'm just wondering if it's been lined out, do we wanna contain it as lined out in the, as we engross this, or should it be just eliminated?
And that's a question, because the reason why they have to put it in there to show what they're changing, okay?
Well,
Right,
at this
right.
point,
We should have changed everything, right?
Mhm.
That's what
we're
I'm saying, right?
perfecting it.
Right.
and-
Right, that
Yeah.
should be, right, exactly. This should be taken out at this point, for which the design team estimated the value of contract is $1 million or more. So whenever it gets to a perfection, it should be the clean
I
copy.
mean, it shouldn't even be for final passage with this in there, should it?
Yeah, no, not for
Unless
final
it is a
passage. So what I'm
floor.
saying, so when it gets to perfection, once we perfected it, that should be cleaned up.
Okay,
Okay, and then we send it back out for final passage, is the clean copy.
okay.
Right. Okay, so that comes out. Okay. All right, so we're gonna remove for which design team estimated base value of the contract is $1 million more. Okay. Well, here's a question on page, in section 2, the last, no, I'm sorry, section 3, which is not bolded and should be.
Oh, wait a minute.
Section
Under-
3,
Well, there's 2 section 3s.
it is. Well, let me start with the first section 3, that's the first problem.
On line 6, on page 6, 10 of 10?
It says, this
Yeah.
goal shall be subject, this goal shall be subject to the waiver provision set forth in section 9. So we don't have a section 9, that's the first problem. So if you see here, at the end of mine, I only go to section 6, what's your last section?
On page 610,
And 10 of 10, what's your last section?
10 of 10.
I only have 6 sections.
Hold on. Well, then I go from section 4, then there's section 15.
I know we're gonna get to them one at a time. Do you have a section 9? Cause I don't have one.
10 of 10, I just have
6.
1 and 2. I just have 1 and 2.
No, what's your last section?
6.
Section
for me.
4, section 5, section 6. So there is no section
7,
9.
I got a section 7.
You got a section 7?
What
I
page
do.
is that on? Phil?
That's on page 7 of 10. At the bottom, line 17.
Oh, okay, it's just not bold.
Uh-huh. There's inconsistencies in
Wait.
these.
Mine says section 6.
Mine does.
Okay, this one is a problem. Okay, so let's start with the first one, section 3. So that should be bolded.
Yes.
Well, why don't we
Okay.
just start with 1 and see if they're consecutive?
Oh, they are.
We got 1,
Yeah, 1 is, 2 is consecutive, because 1 is all just,
the descriptions, okay.
right. And then 2 is just 2 lines.
Mm-hmm,
Then section 3 is where the problem starts,
right.
Okay,
okay? So we took out what you already talked about,
right.
but when you go down here, the goals will be subject to the waivers, a waiver provision set forth in section 9.
Yeah,
There is no section 9, so that's gonna be a problem. This is gonna be held, I can see. Section, and we're gonna probably tell them they need to take this back and clean this up. Okay, section 4 seems to be all right.
That's the one you said need to be bold, right?
Yeah, section 4 and 5 need to be bolded.
well, 3 probably does too.
Yeah, I already told her that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Then we come back again with another section 3.
Then it jumps to 6.
They're gonna have to send this back to committee, clean it up and re-perfect it. This is,
Reject.
right, this is
The
very
numbers,
problematic.
the numbers are, yeah,
Not just,
way out of order.
it's not
Yeah.
just the numbers are out of order. You got 2 section 3s, another section
Mhm.
6,
Uh-huh.
a 7 here, section 7 over here. Section 15 is here. They don't have a 4. I'm gonna talk to the sponsor, but I suggest that we,
Yeah,
send it back to the sponsor with a no recommendation and tell them they
I
need to send
agree.
this back to committee and clean this up.
I agree, because otherwise we're taking a shot in the dark. And
Exactly.
it could-
This
be.
is the one with the most, problems I've ever seen, with the
Yeah.
most names on it too.
We don't
Well,
want.
they've been working on it for a long time.
Where did this come from? Who at the committee?
I
Do you know?
think this one may have come from, you know what, it may have come from,
Legislation?
I think legislation.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And it's got, well, all these people, somebody should read their bill. Cause this one is really problematic. So we're gonna, is the committee agreed that we'll send
It
this?
just seemed like this bill originally was different.
Well, all I
You know
know
what
is,
I'm saying?
right,
But no, I agree we should send it back.
okay. All right, we're gonna just send it back to the, out with a no recommendation and tell the sponsor she needs to send this back to committee to work this out and get it
Okay,
cleaned up.
So are we gonna make a motion?
Yeah, okay, I'd entertain a motion to send this back out with a no pass recommendation and ask the sponsor to send it back to committee to be cleaned up.
I make a motion that we send back Board Bill 88 committee substitute as amended to the sponsor of the bill until we can get this bill cleaned up and worded right.
So no recommendation,
No
With a
recommendation.
no recommendation.
okay? Second,
Second.
Previous roll.
we've had a motion, second. Call for previous roll, any objection to previous roll? With your vote, we've decided to send Board Bill 88 back out to the floor with a no recommendation, and ask the sponsor to send it back to the committee so that it can be cleaned up. It has too many problems that we cannot address in committee. Okay, the next board bill is Board Bill 122, introduced by Alderman Joseph Vollmer. It's a redevelopment plan for 5223 Botanical Avenue. Let's see here. For 5-year tax abatement at 50%. Great, this one has highlights with attachments. Much better.
I'll give this one an A.
Right, by the time, so you guys learn things by the end of the year. You're rolling.
Yes, good job.
Are we allowed to sit in on this?
And who are you?
I'm Sam Redmond. I'm the Deputy Political Director for Mike Bloomberg campaign.
You are allowed to
For
sit,
president.
but you are not allowed to come in and make noise. You're allowed to quietly sit down, but, okay. Okay. I'm Alderwoman Sharon Ties. I am the chair of the committee.
I join you out with my commission.
Okay. You could have asked that outside. She would have told you. Okay, don't, next time, don't come in the committee meeting and do that, all right? Thank you. Everyone had time to go over the board bill? Okay, I'd entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 122 out with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll.
Got a motion, a second, and a call for previous roll. Any objection to previous roll? Hearing none. Board Bill 122 is passed out with a due pass recommendation. Engrossment. The next board bill we have before us is Board Bill 125, introduced by Alderman Sam Moore. It's a blighting study and redevelopment plan for Evans Avenue and North Newstead Avenue in Pendleton, and it's a scattered site redevelopment area. It's a 10-year tax abatement and 5 years. It's a total of 15 years, 10 full and 5 at 50%. Thank you. Can you say, tell them we can hear them very loud? Thank you. Okay. On page 2 of 10, lines 12 and 14. Exhibits A through G need to be bolded, and exhibits F needs to be bolded. 12 and 14.
On page 4 of 10, line 20, exhibit F.
Needs to be bold.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what page was that?
It was page 4 of 10, line 20.
Yes, very good attachments. It's great. You're doing a lot better with the maps. You're doing a lot better.
We're trying.
I appreciate it.
This may be one of the earlier ones.
No, this is pretty, it's just missed a couple little places for the highlighting, but no, this is a lot better. We used to get things, with list of stuff, and then it wouldn't be attached. That's when Dale and Mr. Wilson came in. We had so many examples, they were just flabbergasted, okay, so.
He let us know.
Okay, we ready to, they had time to go through the board bill? Okay, if we have no problems, I'd entertain a motion that Board Bill 125 be passed out with the corrections
So moved.
pointed out to the clerk.
Second.
Previous roll.
Have a motion for the board bill to be passed out, a second, a call for previous roll. Is there objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 125 is passed out with a due pass recommendation. The next board bill is 142, introduced by Alderwoman Christina Ingrassia. It's a development plan for 2633-35 Allen Avenue. Okay, the first one, page 2 of 11, line 19. Needs to be Exhibit A at the end of line 19.
How do you have 11?
Mine says 2 of 11, what do you have?
2 of 10.
Okay, so I have the one that we, that's why I did this, so let me see what happened here. That's the first thing.
In line 19, you're looking for,
At the end, Exhibit A was not, is it bolded in yours?
there's no exhibit A mentioned in that line. Now, we're on Board Bill 142, right?
Yes. The-
Okay.
Whereas the board is, as hereafter defined, has considered the blighting study and redevelopment plan, that paragraph?
Check on page 1.
Okay, that's on on line
Oh, okay, so
17.
You guys have a separate, cover?
We have
Yeah.
this.
Yes,
what
and
the
then-
bill's about.
Okay.
And then,
That's what mine does. Board Bill 142 starts
Yes,
out,
ma'am.
and it goes paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and then paragraph 3, and then paragraph 4 with mine. Yours doesn't do that.
2, 3, there's 4 paragraphs. At line 17 is
The last one?
the last one. That line 21 is the last line, but line 17 is paragraph 4.
Okay, so, paragraph 4, and then line 19, at the end of line 19, it says page 9, numbered pages and exhibit A.
Right.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you said page 2,
No.
Tim.
That is.
It says 2 of 11, and you got
You
2
know, I think what it is, it looks like they
numbered this one, and yours is
And
not
ours
numbered on
is
the
not.
fast, okay. But this is this is what I'm saying, this is what we, perfected,
Yes.
so we gotta get careful,
Okay, so yours says 2 of 11 over here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
and this is what we actually perfected, and we're supposed to be dealing with what we perfected. When you change it, when it comes to us, that's a difference, that's like
Yeah.
changing documents, okay? So do you all normally, number the cover page? You do not?
The summer, well, it
The summer.
depends on whomever it comes from. Like the
Okay,
organization who actually prepared the board.
well, we
bill,
need a
so.
rule, okay? We either, you don't want it?
I don't think we need a number on the cover page.
Well, it's kind of like, I think this cover page sprang forth because we're supposed to have a title, and we
Yeah.
don't, okay?
A description.
Right, and this is what this is. So since you all have 1 of 10, I'm gonna leave it this way, but I'm gonna have a discussion with the clerk.
I guess the question is, does this go into when the bill is engrossed and final pass,
It's supposed to,
does this description
Yes.
go with it?
yes,
Okay.
because it's supposed to have a title. You gotta get going.
I just have to go to
Right,
committee
roll.
here and
They
make
haven't
make
called.
sure.
Yeah,
we
the
got
one who
enough.
told me we need a rule about this.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm good with previous role.
All right, thank you, sir, I appreciate it. Okay, yes, it does, so that's why I'm saying we should really have it numbered, because, our
Yeah.
charter really calls for us to have a title and a description of what's going on, so,
Then it does need to be numbered. I thought it was just sort of,
right,
just
I know what you're saying, right.
just a note for the
And some of them don't have it
legislators.
on there, but and this one isn't, okay, so,
No, most of them do have a description on
the first 2, Ingrassia's didn't,
them. Wait a minute, no.
Narayan didn't, and then it started with Volmer had it and Moore had
Moore
it.
had it.
Right. But these were done early on, the 2,
Okay.
right, but Terry started the clerk started
Yeah.
putting them on because we are
Okay,
supposed to
yeah.
have them. So I would like to be included from now on, and we'll go with
numbered.
what we have,
Okay.
but from now on, I want them to be included and numbered, okay? Boy, it is hot in here. This jacket. Okay, so when I say a page, you guys have 1 less page, but we're gonna use mine as the official page, because that's what we perfected, okay? All right, so.
The Public Safety Committee is beginning in the committee room. Public Safety begin in the committee room.
Are you still in our clerk? Oh, okay.
Need to go over there.
Oh, yes. And plus, he said we could do previous role. He's coming back.
Public safety
Mhm.
has a quorum without them.
Okay,
Oh,
oh,
Mhm.
okay,
So you don't have to rush over it.
okay. If you gentlemen really want to see some fun things, you can go over to the public safety, which the Kennedy room is over on the other side of this building on the same floor. What is 208, right?
Thank you, we have,
Somebody over there? Okay, all right.
No worries.
Ours is really boring, rules make sure all the board bills have to come through us twice, and they have to be correct, And if they're not, we have a lot more power than people knew we did. We also get to say if aldermen have correct credentials to be an alderman. We can actually say no. People don't really understand. It's really dangerous to let me be the chair of rules.
Thank you for that, appreciate it.
No, it's really dangerous because I'm a rules person.
So did we,
So we what?
I lost track of where we are.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're
Apologize
welcome
for
to
the
come get out,
interruption.
just not talking, okay? Unless you're talked to by the chair or one of our members, okay? All right. I'm sorry, Alderwoman.
What bill are we on?
We're on Board Bill 142,
Okay.
Alderwoman Ingrassia.
Okay. And we did 143, no?
No,
No, okay. I start throwing bills over there. And I'm like, okay.
and if you want to, if you either can take my copy or you can just take yours and renumber it. Doesn't make any difference. But we want it to be 1 of 11.
Okay.
Okay. Wait a minute, let's get this done and then, right, okay, had enough time to,
You know, yeah.
okay. If there's no problems, I'd entertain a motion that Board Bill 142 be passed out with a do pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll, any objection to previous roll? Hearing none, okay, Board Bill 142 is passed out with a do pass recommendation. Okay. The next board bill we have is 163, no, I'm sorry, that's not it, we have 143. That's by Alderman Jesse Todd. We're not gonna do that Alderman. We're gonna vote against him. Okay, Alderman, Board Bill 143 is an ordinance amending the redevelopment plan for the Washington, Vanderbilt, Enright, Pendleton redevelopment area. Okay. Okay, so we do have the ordinance. 695, okay. Great. I hope you're familiar with this one, Alderman.
Yeah.
had time to go through your own bill?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, if there are no problems with Board Bill 143, I'd entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 143 out with a due pass recommendation.
Second,
No, you,
previous roll.
no, you gotta do the motion. So
I
moved.
make a motion
Right.
to pass Big Board Bill
143,
143.
out with a due pass recommendation.
I would do pass recommendation.
Second,
Previous roll.
there's been a motion and a second, and a call for previous roll. Any objection for previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 143 passes out with a due pass recommendation. So you get to do something different.
Okay.
Okay, the next board bill is 145, introduced by Alderman Jesse Todd. It's an ordinance amending the redevelopment plan for Vanderventor, Finney, Washington, Taylor redevelopment area, approved by ordinance 69410, and extending the implementation scheduling now, calling for projects to be completed May 1st, 2029.
Did you say 2029?
That's what it says here.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what it says in,
Sure
in your
does.
board
Yeah,
bill.
yeah, it does, it does.
Say, if you look at page 2 of 2, line 4,
Mm.
it says 2029.
No, you, I was just.
Seems like a long period, huh?
Yeah.
Time goes by fast. I wanna make a suggestion. You attach the ordinances, but I guess they, put some other ordinances. I don't think we should have this scratched out in our final copy, so we need to just pull the ordinances and take this, even if we have to cut and paste it. I don't, cause I guess we got it out of the city journal.
Which bill is that?
We're on Board Bill 145,
45?
right. So, I don't know, do you have the registrar, send that, or do you just go online and pull them up?
Well, generally, like I said, it's up to the,
Okay,
but we can,
okay, well, this one,
which one is that?
this is Board Bill
Which
145.
ordinance are we, 6?
So the attached ordinances were supposed to be, 67013 and 67, what's the other one? I'm sorry,
69410.
Okay.
which amend, okay. Which amends ordinance 67013 and 69410, I guess it is. And so they attempted to put, they put 67013,
Okay.
but what they did in here, I don't want this X, this should not be part of our, so either we need to just pull the ordinance so that this is not reflected in our final, we don't want this to be copied and made our final, product. So the registrar should be able to just pull the whole thing so that it doesn't look like that.
You just duplicate the front page.
But I'm saying, but if the registrar can bring them up a clean copy, she just has to, and if she brings you this up, then she and I will have a conversation, because you should be able to just pull the ordinance up.
But I don't understand what all this other stuff is. If this is the ordinance.
So here's 69410 is the first one,
Right.
and then here's
67013.
67013, and I think this is all 67013. See, this was all a blighting, this was all the plan that was before. So that is all part of 67013. And then we have the fiscal note, that's all correct. The only problem I have is I don't think we should be having cross through where we had other ordinances. That's fine for working product, but our final product shouldn't look like that.
I'm sorry, but I don't see where it calls for the other ordinance. I must be missing it.
Amending the redevelopment.
69410 Exhibit 1, by extending the person now calling complete. Whereas ordinance 69410 approved of development.
No, it doesn't say it. Okay, let me see. Oh, what the, 69410
Approved of
amended
rede-
ordinance 67013. You really don't have to have the ordinance that it amended it, and maybe that was the only way that they could bring in the entire ordinance. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
but I don't see where it even mentions the other ordinance.
When you look at the title page,
Yeah.
69410, you're saying you don't see what
Which
694?
amended,
Okay, it amended.
67013.
Right.
I got you.
Right, that's
Now
why.
I see it, now I see it.
That's all right.
It was right in, I'd be
That's all right.
between those parentheses.
We claim female getting a year older, okay?
Yeah.
And I got your back on that, cause I'm
was
there too.
hiding between those parentheses.
I know.
Yeah, do we need both of them? I guess that's the question.
Well, the only
I
reason I
guess
think they
because it
did it is
mentions
because
it,
this, the one that amended it didn't have the rest of it. So the only way you get to it is you
to
have both of them.
Both of them, yeah. But I agree with you, that's excellent.
Right. And if they can't do it, we can cut and paste and just make this a first page. Alderman, we okay?
I'm fine.
All right. I'd entertain a motion for Board Bill 145 to be
So
passed out with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll. There's been a motion, a second, and a call for previous roll. Any objection to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 145 is passed out with a due pass recommendation. Okay, the next one is Board Bill 149. This must be where we start to get into. Is that the one with all the attachments?
No, they're, oh, sorry. Oh. Should I be answering you?
No, I was saying, I was just
176
really
is-
talking to myself, okay? But you can answer.
Sorry,
That's-
176 is the bigger one.
Okay.
But when I ask a question about the last bill,
Sure.
you do indeed want to include both ordinances? in that
Yes,
regard?
we
Okay.
just, it's a big
You
X
just
in
didn't want
there.
the extra
That's,
there.
I don't do that.
Okay.
I make people, retype things when it's been copied too much, okay?
Okay.
That's our professional presentation. It will be scanned. It will be put into history forever. That
No,
looks,
that's
right,
understandable.
that
Just
looks really
clarifying that you
sloppy.
wanna keep both of them in there. for
Right,
reference.
right,
Okay.
exactly. Okay, Board Bill 149 is a board bill introduced by Alderwoman Marlene Davis, approved by the Board of VNA, authorizing and directing the Director of Airport and the Comptroller of the City of St. Louis to enter into and execute on behalf of the city the First Amendment to Automated Teller Machine Concession Agreements between the city and Bank of America, containing a severability clause and an emergency clause. Attachment I. Never saw attachment I before. Okay. Oh, that's the attachment one, okay. So why do we, since you're here, why do we have a blank where it says the First Amendment dated blank 2019 between the City of St. Louis? Why is there a blank? 2019 is already passed, so should that have been changed to 2020?
Yeah, when I get the executed copy back from the register.
Can you come and sit right here and
Oh,
say what your
sure,
name is,
sorry.
please? Thank you, Sis.
When I get the fully executed copy back from the registrar, register.
Mhm.
That's the
Say-
date I
Say
fill
your
in.
name, please.
Gene Teeman, Airport Properties Department.
So, because we're being taped. Okay, all right. So, when you get the, executed copy, you put in the date.
Right, that's the date I fill in here, and I'll put a line through 19 and write
So
20 above.
we're gonna change it to 20 right now. There's
Okay.
no reason for it not to read 20, and then it will just be the date. Is that a problem with you?
No, not
Okay.
a problem.
So I guess this got started
Yeah, we were hoping to have it back by,
at the end of
The end of the
November.
year, yep.
Okay, so, the first correction is gonna be a 2020 date. Then she'll put the exact date. That's on, amendment 1, page 2 of 6.
and it's the date the register actually signs it.
And so is the expiration date gonna stay the same, February 29th, 2020?
Yes.
Okay. So we're
Well,
gonna-
no,
No,
the,
2025.
it's extended.
Oh, it's
through this
currently
amendment.
expired, okay.
Right.
Right. Excuse me, ladies.
So is this attachment A?
That's the, no,
Where are you seeing,
so,
where's a reference to A? Cara?
on-
Oh, you're in the,
Well, the reference to A is, where is it?
cause I see a reference to attachment 1.
Attachment 1, yes,
Right.
that's what I was,
so no, attachment 1 is the amendment itself,
okay.
and then that second group of documents is the original agreement, a copy of the original agreement for your reference
Okay.
that this amendment is affecting.
Okay.
So we are amending ordinance 69934.
Correct,
That was the original concession agreement.
yes.
Then that should be part of this, okay. I really like that language, amending ordinance, so just for your further clarification, on page 1 of 1, how we missed that is because it says, line 15, amending the automated teller machine concession agreement parenthesis agreement, approved by ordinance 69934. What you're really doing is amending ordinance 69934. That's, okay, right?
Well, yes,
Then you can put that
We're-
other stuff. Yes, I understand what you're doing, but
okay.
we get lost when, I didn't really get that. If you had just said, I'm amending ordinance 69934 and then the rest, why did you need to have it that way is what I'm asking.
Okay,
You could go ahead
okay.
explain?
Yeah, our attorneys draw these up, so,
Okay,
but they're referencing, he wanted the ordinance number on there so that you know
and it should
what the
be.
original one was.
It should be
Yes.
because you're amending it.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I want your attorney to know they should use the term amending ordinance 69934. Okay, any other further explanation, that's fine. But that tells us that we should have another ordinance attached, okay?
Okay, mhm.
So when you put all that in front of it, it loses it. It's like,
Right.
what is your name? And you tell me how old you are and where you grew up before you tell me your name, okay?
Yeah, well, he says it's hereby authorized and directed to enter into,
Right. I understand all
yeah,
that.
okay.
I just would like
So we
to-
can either adjust that or add
I'll leave it
the
here just the
words.
way it is, but just, I'm saying you can add whatever you want,
Sure.
but I want amending ordinance 69934 to be part of the language,
Somewhere.
okay?
Yep.
That, when you do that, I know to look for an ordinance,
Sure,
okay?
would you like that bolded too? Would that be helpful?
No, you don't, I don't have to, I just need
Okay.
to know that, because when you amend an ordinance, then that also tells any alder person who's on the Board of Aldermen, they have a right to ask for that ordinance. I don't wait for them to have to ask for it. I ask for it and make it part of the record. And if you ever go back later, it's a lot easier when you're looking at stuff if the ordinance that's been amended is attached.
Right.
You have it here anyway in a
Yes.
different form,
Yes.
but it's a little further around the road than if you just said amending ordinance and attached it.
Okay,
And if they have any problems, you tell them to call me and I'll explain it to them.
sure will.
Okay. So on what you attached, it, doesn't say ordinance 69934, it says board bill 233, and that is, it became an ordinance. If you look at.
Right, I should have printed out that ordinance off of the,
Right, it should
website.
be an ordinance, not
Sure,
the board
yeah.
bill, cause the board bill could have been changed or anything like that, so we really need the ordinance attached.
Yeah.
And that's why what I just told you before becomes pertinent, okay?
Sure.
It reminds you, cause a board bill could have been changed.
Right.
Okay, so we need the
Yeah,
final
I
ordinance.
usually print the ordinance off of the website.
Okay,
That was an oversight.
you're still gonna need it.
Okay,
So either she's gonna do it or you can send it to her so
sure,
she can.
I'll do that.
We'll take this, we can leave all what you have in here, but we're gonna attach the ordinance to the back of
Okay.
it, okay? So she's gonna send you this ordinance to attach. It will never be the board bill, it should be the ordinance. Okay, are we ready to proceed? Okay, board bill, I'd entertain a motion to pass board bill 149 out with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll. Been a motion and a second and a call for previous roll. Any objection to previous roll? Hearing none, board bill 149 is passed out with a due pass recommendation. You can sit right there at the hot seat. But you don't have to. It's not really that hot. Okay, the next board bill we have is board bill 156, introduced by Alderwoman Tamika Hubbard. It's an ordinance recommended by the Board of E&A, authorizing the city of St. Louis to issue taxable industrial development revenue bonds And, principal amount not to exceed, is this $50 million? Directing the mayor and the comptroller to execute certain documents related and authorizing and directing the taking of other actions approved and the execution of other documents as are necessary to carry out with the intent of this board bill. When you look at page 206, line 20, exhibit A is not bolded.
It's underlined.
Yep. It's halfway there. Mr. Wilson, I see here it says SDLDC will provide its financial analysis of this project under separate cover. Can you tell me what that is about?
I have a feeling this was done by the law firm.
Just had it.
Yeah, I'll have to get you that. Can I see this?
Sure.
Thank you. Who prepared this? Yeah, I'll get it to you.
So when they tell me they have something, I'm gonna ask for it,
Oh, I
okay?
understand.
So then I don't see it, so I'm like, we're missing something here? Do you, so you do a separate one than what the firms do always, or sometimes, or what is the rule for that?
We provide analysis, but a lot of times the law firms will send stuff over without telling us, so they will assume that we send stuff to you, but we don't know about, we can't send it to you, so.
Okay, so is there something we can do to make that happen so that they always have to do that? Should we have some kind of check, list and where we check off and say you need to send this over to SLDC before you send it
Yes,
over to
yes.
us?
There's,
Okay.
Hush is very well aware of that, I just don't know who did this, that one,
Okay,
so. I'll send that over when I get back.
okay.
Where did you see that? I'm just curious.
It is on page,
Financial impact
Right.
statement.
right,
Oh,
right, then you see they have a,
okay.
see at the page 3 of the financial impact section,
Okay.
it says SLDC will provide its financial analysis of the project under separate cover. So this is their financial impact,
Okay.
but it's not SLDC, so we need financial impact. And you'll get that to her today, did you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Does he send it directly to you or to Taylor?
The clerk email.
Okay. It is so weird to be able to actually get emails and stuff, just so much better having your own site, secured site. Okay, are we good? Okay. We do have a need, Mr. Wilson's gonna send us over a financial impact to our clerk, or assistant clerk. And, pending that, I'd entertain a motion that Board Bill 156 be passed out with a do pass recommendation.
So
Second.
moved.
I'm sorry, second.
Previous roll, we have a motion to pass Board Bill 156 out. We have a second. Call for previous roll. Is there an objection to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 156 is passed out with a do pass recommendation pending a receipt of a financial impact from SLVC today. The next board bill is 163, which is also a board bill by Alderwoman Tamika Hubbard. It's a redevelopment plan for 2127 North 11th Street. Committee, ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 163 out with a do pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll. Any objection to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 163 is passed out with a do pass recommendation. next board bill is Board Bill 164. Alderman Rhodey, this is an ordinance dissolving the special allocation funds for Lafayette Square Historic District and 5700 Arsenal and terminating the designation of a portion of the city of St. Louis as redevelopment area and authorizing certain action related to this. Committee ready to proceed? Yes, ma'am. Ready to proceed, Alderman? Okay, if so, I'd entertain a motion that Board Bill 164 be passed out with a do pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll. Any objection to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 164 is passed out with a do pass recommendation. The next Board Bill is 165, also introduced by Alderman Joe Rhodey. It's an ordinance dissolving the special allocation fund for the Hadley Dean Building Redevelopment Area and terminating the designation of certain respective portions of the city of St. Louis, Missouri relating to that development area and authorizing certain actions relating thereto. Prepared to proceed?
Yes.
Okay, I entertain a motion that Board Bill 165 be passed out of committee with a do pass recommendation.
So moved.
We need a second.
Second.
Previous roll. Any objection to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 165 is passed out with a do pass recommendation. Okay, you're gonna get fired from your job. Okay, the next board bill is, Board Bill 166, introduced by Alderwoman Cara Spencer. It's an ordinance developing a redevelopment plan for the 3400 block of Chippewa and 3809 Louisiana Street. And it gives 10-year tax abatement and 95%. Never saw that before. So, Mr. Wilson, what is the difference? I do know that there's 5%. The big difference between 95 and 5%, is there something I'm missing here?
And, we're trying to give some back to the school districts right away, so.
5%. Okay. Y'all are funny, okay?
Yeah, I noticed the one on the hill earlier was 5 at 50, so it varies, so it depends on the house.
How distressed the
Yes,
property is?
Exactly.
Okay.
So that people can say they didn't give 100% tax abatement also,
Only time we give it 100% now is live tech projects.
okay?
And we had one of those. Was the Webster School one?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're nickel and dining the people who need tax abatement, when what we need is a policy that says Joe Rody cannot pass another TIF in the 17th ward for life. That's, and also in most of the 28th ward and most of downtown. That's what we really need. So we nickel and dime the people who need it. And yes, I say it, and you know I say it in their face. Description A, B, C, okay, this is good. Okay, equal, okay, B, project area, okay. A, B. Reinforce the city's central quarter as the dynamic heart of the region. Who put this sustainability impact statement for residential together? Because I'm just now looking at that. I want to know who put that together.
It was not me.
You sound like my sister and I when my mother said, "Who did it?" We all said, "Not me." My question was, who did it?
That's been in place for a long time, so.
Okay, that's gonna be something I'm gonna have something to say about. All right. I do not agree that they are the dynamic heart of the region. That's what the problem is. They think they are. We got 3 or 4 wards in the central quarter and 24 wards, and we think that they are more important than the 24 wards. That's what's wrong with this city. Planning Commission, okay, they will get a letter from me.
How can this be part of the central corridor?
It might be a typo on that. A lot of,
Yeah, cause this does, it says
Is there-
applicable.
is there a check mark next to it?
It
Yes.
says reinforce the city's central corridor as a dynamic.
So it
part
should
of
be
the
not-
region.
not
It says
applicable.
applicable.
Okay, so
It
we're
should
gonna
be
change
not
that.
applicable.
Yes.
But I'm glad that you brought that to my attention, because I sure will be, addressing that. That's so interesting. So we need to change this to not exhibit G.
But this is just one qualification of several.
No, I wanna know why the central quarter is the dynamic heart of the region, based on who's, I wanna know who's sitting on that planning commission, cause if you have that meeting in my community, they will not say that. So I bet you the people who all sit there, live there.
Seeing they've got B1 to prioritize infill development, I don't know the project, but it seems like that would apply to this.
Are we on,
Prioritize on the,
Which-
sustainability statement.
are we on South Compton or,
We're on,
We're on the,
Chippewa.
Chippewa, Louisiana.
Yeah, it's an existing building, so it would, It's
Okay,
just a
so it's
rehab.
not new,
Yeah.
okay,
Right.
private only, okay.
Are we complete?
I guess so.
Okay. I'd entertain a motion to pass out Board Bill 166 with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll. Any objection to previous roll? Board Bill 166 is passed out with a due pass recommendation. Definitely would be.
Two more and we're out of here.
Okay, 3 more. Board Bill 167.
Oh,
I understand.
one was hiding under there.
Board Bill 167 is a board bill introduced by Alderwoman Cara Spencer. It's also a redevelopment plan for 3426 South Compton area. Abatement is at 95%. So is South Compton, the central corridor, the heart of the,
no ma'am, it's not.
okay, all right, so we need to change that also in, on the,
Exhibit D.
sustainability impact statement. These are the kind of things when they say they haven't passed the Team 4 plan, but this is how you go behind it and do all kind of things just like this. The central corridor is the heart of the region. Oh my God. I should not be married to a city planner. Is the committee prepared to go forth on Board Bill 167?
Yes.
Alderman? Okay, I entertain a motion for Board Bill 167 to be passed out with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second.
Previous roll, any objection to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 167 is passed out with a due pass recommendation. Okay, now we can get to why you came here.
It should be fun.
Oh. Okay, the next board bill is Board Bill 176, introduced by Alderwoman Marlene Davis. It's an ordinance recommended by the Board of VNA authorizing and directing the Director of Airport and the Comptroller of the City of St. Louis to enter into and execute on behalf of the city the Third Amendment to Fuel Systems Lease and Use Agreement, AL 442, to the St. Louis Lambert International Airport Fuel System containing a severability clause and an emergency clause. increased by $8,953.99. Is that a percentage or something? How do you come to those numbers?
No, it's based on the acreage.
Okay, so again, they're amending ordinance 69039, 69693, ordinance 70699, thank you. So we need 3 ordinances.
Yeah.
No problem. Of course, because he's the king, and, but actually, it's probably, I think what I made him change, so I'm not gonna get too mad at it. Okay, the fish, 6, okay, we got this. So this is supposed to be in here someplace. Okay, here's ordinance 69039, okay. Make sure you send these over at least once a week, okay? We just love these.
Yeah, this is a big one.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm in law school.
Airlines are investing a lot of money in this, so it's a good thing.
And we're keeping our airport.
Yeah.
I can't take another one, thank you.
If we could have the sections together stapled.
That's what I'm doing right now, so I'm
That-
going through mine, exactly,
Yeah.
right. This makes, cause you don't have to go through all of this, you're looking for the ordinances. I didn't know if they could staple them, but I know I could, paper clip them. A lot of this you don't really have to go through if it's stapled or clipped together, because you know it's all part of one ordinance. This is making you have to go through and look for one of the blank charges. Tell her I'm just finishing up. It'll be about, tell her it'll probably be about 10 more minutes. Okay. Where is the first ordinance? That's the one I'm looking for, yeah. Do you know
The
what
60
ordinance? Yeah, where does, do you see where
It's 69039.
Yeah, the first, where does that start?
It's like right in the beginning, right after, when you get through this.
We-
And those maps,
Okay, it's
then
there.
it's right behind there, it's right behind.
This is when you're too tired to
I
look
know,
at this
we're
anymore.
done.
Right, okay.
After Exhibit S.
Wait a minute. What page number? I'm looking at
There's no
page
page.
7. Okay, of course. Exhibit S, okay, there you go. So when you attach all these ordinances, if you please could separate them out, okay?
Sure will.
Okay.
I put a cover page on each one, but
One
didn't
of those.
flip 'em, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cause that way it's.
So we know that
easier
that's
for us
just
to
an
get.
old ordinance, and we really don't have to go through the old ordinances, to check for problems. Okay, so that's 6-9, these are the 3 ordinances.
We could, but.
We can't change it, so whatever happened back then stays back then, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we love you. And we say that with tongue in cheek.
They ask for everything, I'll give it to them.
That's what we used to do when people would ask for,
Documents.
yes, at the public.
Everything.
That's how you
Well,
make
that's
them not
what
ask for
IRS
anything.
says.
That's exactly right.
Either you go to IRS and you got everything in order, or you go with a shoebox of receipts.
Okay, you want me to tell you where the other ordinances, I can tell you where they start now, Carol.
Okay.
Which ordinance 6, do you have 696?
I believe this is all 6-9.
693? Oh, you still working with 039? Okay,
I
well,
think that's all.
Okay.
Isn't that all of this?
yes, but it ends with a map. I'm trying to help you see.
Okay, the fuel farm,
Right.
Exhibit A.
Mhm.
Okay.
Then what you'll run into is, board bill by Alderman Stephen Conway. Never heard of
Yeah.
that person. Okay, so that starts right, when you get to that, it should be a page in there that says ordinance 69693. If you're gonna leave it loose, even a colored page or something.
There it is, I see it
Right.
now, okay.
You want a clip or something?
Yeah, if you got it. Yeah, cause, see, now,
Right.
I'm just wondering, if we have this, would that be sufficient
That is a
to
ordinance.
attach rather than the whole?
It really should be the whole thing,
Okay. I'm just asking,
right?
cause it gets a little unwieldy.
But hopefully one of these days, we're not gonna have paper.
Oh,
I'm gonna work on that. I've done real good on my projects. We have Wi-Fi, our parking has improved. We got new speakers, so
okay.
if you want something done, you know who to
Gotta
give it to,
ask,
right?
yeah.
Now you gotta give it to a woman.
That's
No offense meant to the men, men here. I've been asking for secure Wi-Fi since I got back here in 2013, so I got it done myself.
Okay, all right. Are we ready?
I am, but I'm letting you guys go through this.
Okay,
I know we're kinda glazed over now,
yeah,
okay?
okay.
Committee ready to proceed? If so, I'd entertain a motion to pass out Board Bill 176
So
with a
moved,
due pass recommendation.
so moved.
Second.
Previous roll. Any objections to previous roll? Hearing none, Board Bill 176 is passed out with a due pass recommendation, with the caveat that don't ever come with them all one big thing like this, okay?
You got
They
it.
need to be clipped or separated or something.
Sure.
Thank you.
Have I lost my final bill here? Oh, here it is,
178. It's very thin.
Yeah, I know, that's why I said, is it lost in this thing, stack?
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a good day.
I want to ask you a hard question, Mr. Wilson. What is satisfactory progress? Do you
I don't
have,
know what you're looking at.
we're
So,
looking at the last board bill, he says his TIFs are making satisfactory progress. I want to know do we have a definition of that?
No, I can't tell which, I don't know who prepared this even, so.
You're here, so you just get everything.
Yes, the kitchen sink.
That's
also.
right.
No, I can't give you a definition of what he means by that.
Okay. So you did the fiscal note?
Well, I think
I-
it tells you some.
I'm the contact person for that, but
Okay.
I do not do
I understand.
It's basically a spreadsheet informing the board of what, how those tips are performing.
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
And I know why I asked the specific question, because he brought one up here that was all in the red, and they voted that was satisfactory progress. So that is not what's satisfactory. When I ask it, don't think I don't already know what. I'm just asking, being facetious, okay? person holding the hearing, it's their board bill. They don't ask the proper questions. Is the committee prepared to, proceed? Okay, I'd entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 178 out with a do pass recommendation.
So move.
Second.
Previous roll. Hearing none, Board Bill 178 is passed out with a do pass recommendation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Alrighty, I could have been really evil and objected to previous roll, and it would have stayed here, and I do owe him that, but first I'm gonna make a big complaint to HUD about what he's doing. That's how you do that, okay? Is there anything else that we have on our agenda or that's not on our agenda that anyone wants to bring up? If not, this committee hearing is adjourned.
All right.
All right, thank you. You guys do a great job.